I tell my kids that I don't want them to say the F word in my house. How many of you don't want your kids saying the F word in your house? Yeah, that's right. I think they're on to me a little bit, but as far as I'm concerned, the F word in my house is fair. I don't want to hear my kids ever say the F word, because when your kids, if you may have younger kids and maybe this doesn't apply yet, but your day is coming. My son is 10, and so he's like, it's not fair. Anything happens, not fair. And there's nothing that can turn me into like my mother faster than my kid saying fair, because my immediate and instant response is, life's not fair. Now go to your room, okay? So when my son tells me that it's not fair, he's talking about me telling him to clean his room. Like I'm doing him a great injustice by making him pick up his filth and his junk. And I have pretty low bedroom standards for my children, okay? It is not spotless in there. But every once in a while, we need to be able to like clean the floor. We need to make sure that, you know, you can get to the bed clearly, that there's no mold growing anywhere. But when my son says that, like, do you really think that he is going for fairness? Or do you think that he's going for some sort of an ideal about what fair means to him? Like in his head, he doesn't think that it's fair that I would make him clean his room like I'm this dictatorial parent. But does he really want fair? Like, does my son really want me to go through the ledger and be like, well, we're going to split up the bills 6 ways, and Hudson's a baby, but he's going to have to carry his share, and he's going to clean downstairs and put him in the street and get him a job? I don't know. Would they be happy with that? Would that be more fair than asking them to clean their room every once in a while? I think the same thing is true with this parable. You see, Jesus is saying that they complained about it being fair, but they didn't understand the larger perspective of what Jesus was saying. That Jesus wasn't talking about work or a denarius or wage. Jesus was talking about grace. See, Jesus was talking about heaven. He was talking about the ordinary to point to something profound. And their perspective is so skewed. All they wanted was fair. They were stuck on that dirty 4-letter word because they were judging it through their flawed perspective. They saw one thing, but Jesus was going a different direction, and they missed the point because grace isn't fair. And here's the thing. If it was, we would all be in trouble, and so we should be glad that grace isn't fair. The Bible says that we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and that the wages of sin is death. And so if we wanted fair, if Jesus was to give us what we deserved, it would be death. It would be punishment. But Jesus isn't talking about what's fair. He's talking about grace. And maybe instead of looking around at everyone else and worrying about what everyone else has and looking at what other people have and what they've deserved, maybe we should flip the script and be thankful for what we have. Instead of worrying about what your neighbor has or what that other person has or what those people on TV have, maybe we should just be thankful for what we have and the grace that's in our life. Do you think that would make a difference in your life on a day-to-day basis? I mean, how often do we get ourselves all flipped around and twisted around, worrying about what we don't have instead of being thankful for what we do?